Okay. So like right now, if you go down to Campus Town, it's a lot of bars, it's a lot of tattoo shops.
Mm-hmm.
There's two head shops.
Yep.
Like, do you think that the reason that that stuff is there is because that is what the market will support there?
Well, I think the current market, obviously they're surviving well enough in that area, but is there something that will better serve the needs of all students? I definitely think that that's definitely in my mind. Obviously, Lane 4 wouldn't be making this whole push if they didn't think that there was a market for it. Iowa State University wouldn't be pushing forward if they didn't think that there's a market for it. Again, to put it in simplistic terms, Lane 4 is here because this is what they do for a living. They recognize the economics of the situation. They've done their fair share of market surveys and market studies. They know what the area can support, and they're very, very comfortable moving forward from what I know.
Okay. Just like I'm just kind of throwing out a little bit of hypotheticals here, and you can feel free to shoot them down if you want to. But it seems like for student money, like students have money to spend right now, right? I mean
that's Iowa State students are really in debt, but that's a different topic, sort of. So if you.
But I mean, like that's the premise of this campus revitalization, that there's money for students to spend, and that they had an option to spend it closer to campus for this 18 to 21 age group, that these businesses would be supported, correct?
That would, yep.
So I guess what I'm kind of confused about is, like in the past, I'm sure that someone has thought like, oh, it'd be really great if we had X, Y, Z here. But if the market can't support that, like what will that lead to Campus Town looking like? You know what I mean? Like, so they come in here and they tear down a couple bars, whatever. Like, I'm not particularly attached to any bars, not much of a drinker myself either. But like they tear down a couple of bars, and then we have empty storefronts with a different owner. Like, I just don't understand how that's a step forward for Iowa State and for Ames.
Well, worst case scenario, kind of what you're talking about. Is it a step back from what we currently have? I don't believe so at this point. If, as you say, this is kind of what the market will support, worst case scenario, 10 years down the road, we would end up where we're at. And Lane 4 really is the only party that's going to be hurt by the situation. Iowa State University isn't plopping down a whole lot of money in the area. The city of Ames isn't plopping down a whole lot of money. So again, this comes down to Lane 4's business decision. In the area. They wouldn't be going into this if they didn't have a feeling that it would succeed.
But hasn't Iowa State guaranteed or said that they have to take a certain number of office spaces there? Like, doesn't Iowa State have to take up like a certain amount of space there?
Oh, that's one of the discussions, but it's not foreseen, and I don't know any specifics on how long Iowa State would sign a lease for. I don't even want to speculate on that.
Okay. What do you think Campus Town's going to look like in 10 years? I guess is kind of my final question.
I believe it's going to thrive. To be honest, you're going to bring in. They know how to make this work. They've mentioned they want to bring in a couple anchor tenants that kind of make an area like this thrive, and then focus on the small business that people currently enjoy in Campus Town. I think it'll be better for everyone. It'll be better for the businesses. It'll be better for students. It'll be a great area for everyone to enjoy.
Very cool.
I have one last question.
All right, shoot, Brandon.
All right. Why now? Why right now?
I guess I'd answer by saying why not. Now is the perfect time. I mentioned earlier that say, and I don't know any of the history behind the project, but say 10 years ago the city had this as a huge priority while the university was focused on other things. The university had it as priority 5 years ago while the city was focused on other things. This is why you see it moving forward right now, is the university and the city have a huge, they're finally working together for the first time and making this happen. They found a developer that they feel fits the needs of Iowa State University and the city of Ames. The stars are aligned, and students really have everything to gain from it. Again, I've mentioned that I am jealous of my freshman brother, who will get to enjoy some of the benefits come his last year's college. No time like the present.
Cool. Can we get who do you address like Lane 4 questions to?
Hunter Harris is their director of development. He's kind of the point person on their project.
Is he who you talk to?
Yes.
Can we get his contact information from him?
Sure.